Yo, what's going on, guys? Yo, Marvel just dropped this new trailer for the Marvels. Finally, it is out after making its debut on Good Morning America. It's the new film coming from Marvel starring Samuel L. Jackson, Brie Larson, Iman Vellani, and Tiona Parris. Now, I'm excited for talking about this trailer. There's a couple of cool things that we see in here. I'm not going to play the full trailer from beginning to end, not trying to get copyright strikes, but I am going to talk about some high points that I noticed throughout the trailer that we can have a quick chat about. Now, obviously, the trailer opens up with the Sword space station. I'm sorry, this isn't the Sword space station. This is the Saber space station. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be the equivalent of Sword in the MCU. Marvel has this habit of not directly adapting everything the way that we saw it in the comics, and this could just be them further differentiating the MCU from the comic book source material. So now we have the Saber space station as something that Nick Fury is obviously heading up, and we've seen him in space at the end of a couple of films, um, working with the Skrulls, just trying to keep intergalactic peace. What's really cool that I like about this trailer is that we see him working with uh, Tiana Paris's Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, or what I think she's going to be called now, Photon. Now she's out here in space. I really like this shot of her with that little gold visor at the top of her head that's supposed to be blocking out the sun, and she's exploring what looks to be a black hole. Now, I'm not 100% if this is actually a black hole. Marvel does have a lot of like artifacts in the comic books that could be what this actually is. But when she interacts with it, one of the first things that we notice is that there's a body swap that occurs, kind of like what we saw at the end of the Miss Marvel TV show, in which Miss Marvel swapped bodies with Captain Marvel. Now we're going to see this happen a little bit here, right? This is a cool little shot of her in space. She touches the artifact, she gets blown back, and then when Nick Fury sees her next, it's no longer Tiona Paris's Monica Rambeau. It's now Iman Vellani's Miss Marvel. Now, one of the first things that popped in my head was, when the heck did Miss Captain Marvel Photon begin working with Nick Fury? Right? When did that happen? Also, when did Nick Fury start coming back around Earth? The last time we saw him, he looked like he was headed into deep space, but it looks like he's back and he's working on some sort of experiment or investigation into something that's in Earth's atmosphere. Right? We get a cool shot of Nick Fury here on his spaceship, and he once he sees it's no longer Photon in the suit, he's like, "What? What? What?" I really like this. So then the trailer really begins to pick up speed, and we see a little bit more of what's going on with our characters. One of the things that I've noticed, and this is a new recent trend, it seems like in superhero film trailers. Anyone else notice that they tend to have a lot of late '90s, early 2000s rap music in the trailers? Like, I noticed this in Shazam, I noticed this in Blue Beetle, and now we're getting the Beastie Boys in here with Intergalactic Planet. Like, this is like, I guess, like one of the checklists or the prerequisites for making a superhero trailer in 2023. Um, Again, I love the return of this Nick Fury character. I kind of like the music. It kind of fits, kind of works with what's going on with them in space and having a space adventure. It's just, an interesting observation I had, that they are constantly using rap music now as like a checkbox or a laundry list of things they need to do for these superhero trailers. Now, something cool that gets confirmed in this trailer, and we kind of hinted at it in the original Miss Marvel film at the end, is when right there, right? When they use their powers, they swap bodies. And it's good to see that this is confirmed. This is the issue. This is what they're going to be contending with, or maybe even using as an asset throughout the film. And we're getting that confirmation, at least in the trailer right now. I think it's pretty cool. We get this cool shot of Carol in Kamala's room, and it's like, what the heck is going on? And Kamala has all of these things of Captain Marvel all up in her room. Because if you remember the show, she is a super fan. And it's kind of weird. Like, if you're like a celebrity to walk into one of your super fans' rooms, it'll probably creep you out, right? Like, I don't know what it's like. I don't have fans like that. But I think it would creep me out if I saw like a shrine to myself in someone else's house. We get the new Marvel logo. It does its own little teleport thing. Then we get this cool shot of Kamala's family. I think it's cool to see them come back. Yo, they were some of my favorite characters in the Miss Marvel show. One of the things that I think that Marvel has been doing a really good job with is both representation and representing a good family environment in their films and their TV shows. Like, Kamala has a healthy family relationship, right? And we don't always see that. We often saw a lot of Marvel superheroes with like daddy issues. This is not the case for her, and I like her family as a whole because they're actually pretty entertaining, especially her dad. I can't get over the fact when he was dressed up in green paint as the Hulk, and she was like, it's like we have great value Hulk at home, and she wanted to make her Miss Marvel costume. Um, Fast forward in a little bit, she totally geeks out at the sight of Nick Fury. She's like, "Say that again, say that again, say that again." I thought that was pretty cool right there. Um, Now something that we also see a little bit in the trailer. Let me see if I could get to it a little faster. Yeah, we see these shots, and boom, the powers again. Anytime they're activated, there's a body swap. That's kind of cool. Let me fast forward a little bit more. We had some cool shots of Kamala doing her own thing. We had a cool shot of this cat monster. He does this thing. He's just like, he was a problem in the original Captain Marvel film. He's the reason that Nick Fury has a patch over his eye and lost his eye. So it's cool to see this creature come back. Yep, the movie's coming out November 10th. They're going out into space. They're teaming up. They're switching bodies. Everything changes. Everything everywhere. Oh, I mean, wrong film. Oh man, that's a terrifying sight. A whole bunch of those cats. Now, right there, right, we get a cool little shot of the villain. Now, we see the villain a little bit later in the film trailer. We see that it looks to be one the latest of the accusers, one of the Kree Empire that they're going to be fighting, and it kind of makes sense. You can't really have a Captain Marvel movie without the Kree. They're kind of tied together. They're one and the same. Now, this fight scene here is kind of cool. We almost get the impression that it's going to be like a mirror villain kind of thing. What noticed that I was really intrigued by is if you notice in right here, Captain Marvel has braids in her hair, and I want to say this villain also has like a similar hair thing going on. Yeah, right there, right? You kind of see that she also has a braid thing going on. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be significant for anything, but it was an interesting observation. I noticed that they had similar hairstyles. They kind of look similar in appearance, like they kind of resemble one another. But I'm curious about this mirror villain kind of theory I have going. It's not confirmed. I don't even know who the villain is in this film yet. But I think it's going to be a mirror villain kind of thing. Maybe she's like a super Skrull or super Kree, but we'll see. We'll see. Now, we don't really get a super great look at the villain. Yeah, the full-on Marvel shot. That's really cool. But we don't get a really great look at the villain in this trailer. It was like a blink and you miss it kind of thing. But Marvel did send out, at least to us press, at least a shot that we can kind of look at of the Marvel's villain. So let me just put this away for a quick second. Oh, not me. Don't put me away. Um, Here we go. Let's put this away, and let's add. There we go. We get a much better shot at our villain, her costume, her entourage, everybody that's surrounding her. I'm curious as to who she is and what she's about. Could be anybody within the Kree Empire, but that's okay. That's okay. This is fitting, and I'm excited to at least see more of Samuel L. Jackson, the Marvels interacting in space, and just exploring space outside of the Guardians of the Galaxy films. But yeah, this was just a quick little thing I wanted to put together. Let me know what you guys think of this trailer. Obviously, I'm going off script. Let me know what you guys think of this trailer in the comments. I wanted to just give my quick little reaction. But yeah, let's talk about it. If you guys want me to do more of this, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Otherwise, I'll check you guys later. Peace.